This is Matt Russell from the FX Power Course, and welcome to the Daily FX walkthrough.
So here are the four pairs that I will be discussing this evening: the Euro Pound, the Aussie Kiwi, the Pound Swiss, and the Euro Swiss. So let's go ahead and pull up the charts. The first chart is the Euro Pound, and this is the simple support line, shorter term support line that I've been using for the past several reports. I set up a short trade based on the backside of the previous support line, which did act as resistance here. Initially, the stop was located just above the high of this candle over here around the 88.70 area, and then I also recommended during the last two reports to place your stop above the high of this candle right here, which is just above that 88 figure, so maybe around the 88.15 or 88.25 area. However, moving forward, if you're short, I would continue to stay in the position. But if you have no position or are flat, I would wait for a more favorable entry, which would justify a more favorable risk to reward. Again, the most important thing, where we're going to place our stop, and that would be just above that 88 figure. So we want to get an entry close enough to that level, again, to justify a favorable risk to reward entry. The next chart is the Aussie Kiwi, and as I mentioned during yesterday's report, let me zoom out a little bit here and give you the broader perspective of this pair. We could see this is a simple support line that I mentioned a few reports back, and then moving forward here, initially I was short this pair from this doji candle here. I mentioned to cover near the 125 figure, which I did. Then I did flip to a long position, was stopped out just above that 124 figure. Did not re-enter the trade, but I did mention yesterday how I was getting bullish on the pair, and during yesterday's report with prices around the 25.30 area, it didn't set up a favorable risk to reward because you would have to place your stop just beneath that 124 figure. With that being said, prices have exploded upwards here from that 125 area. Hopefully you were able to get an entry, but again, there were no I did not give any explicit entry levels or exit levels as it were, but it really depends on your own individual risk parameters. So moving forward now, I would keep this longer term line up, and let's say you are flat, you have no position. What I would do now is look for prices to come down to the support line. I would look to enter just a few pips above the support line with a stop, maybe 50 to 75 pips beneath that support line. The next chart is the Pound Swiss, and as I mentioned during yesterday's report, we had that double top. Prices did break out above that double top, and I mentioned yesterday how we might look for the opposite side of the previous resistance line to act as support, but we can see we had a very bearish candle during yesterday's session. We did in fact have had a close beneath this line, so this would basically just negate this trade idea right now. I would just sit on the sidelines in this pair. If you did enter near that line, the loss would be just a matter of a few pips at this moment. So I would just take your long position off the table at this point and look for a more clear setup in the days to come. The next chart is the Euro Swiss. This is the daily chart. This is the longer term resistance line that I've been waiting for the past several weeks. Again, just waiting for prices to come up and hit this resistance line. I'd look to enter just beneath the resistance line with a stop, maybe 50 to 75 pips above that resistance line. This is something we can look for over the next 24 to 48 hours. Again, my name is Matt Russell. I'm an FX Power Course instructor here at FXCM. Thanks for listening.